button.
Okay.
Okay, push the
And
go
go.
button. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Kale Rabbits for me and Papa.
R7 Homestead. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Ellie, and that name is Daddy.
And I'm Daddy. Hey y'all, how you doing? Hey, today was harvest day. Our rabbits, we harvested 10 rabbits today. And I know y'all have seen the Green Mile. What we call the Green Mile, which is our rabbit tractor. And that is where our grow out rabbits stay. Well, today was clean out day. Today we harvested 10. You can see the inside here, how it's set up. There's feed, and they've got the standard water bottles. There's my little helper there. And thought I'd show you my setup. I thought I'd show you our setup, and then maybe we could talk about it a little bit. We're gonna go back and relook at the chicken tractor because I had my hand over the volume. That's a chicken tractor there. We cleaned it out today. It had 10 bunnies. These bunnies were about 4 months old. They'd gotten as big as they were gonna get. And we went ahead and harvested them for the winter. Now those will go in our freezer and feed the family. Now, I bought, y'all saw in the previous video that I had bought a forklift rack, or the backing where the forks sit. I got a set of forks that were going to be thrown away that were worn out, and it has a 2-inch receiver. Well, this little, or this big T-bar here, I picked up at a flea market for like $15 years ago, and it's meant to go in your receiver if you have an elevated load, like hanging over your tailgate or something like that. It works really good for what I'm doing. Now I also have a plastic pallet that is sitting on the forks. This gave me a dry place to stand. As you can see, here I've got my foot loops here. I can do 2 at a time. Now I also have a bucket that I use to catch as they're bleeding out. Now I didn't see any need in showing the butchering. There's bunches and bunches of videos on YouTube about how to butcher rabbits, and I'm not that great at it. I get by. I've been doing it for a long time, and I do good enough for me. So that's what I do. If y'all want to see how to butcher a rabbit, there's a lot of them out there. You didn't need to watch me do one, but I'm gonna show you what I got set up. As I have one hanging up bleeding out, I'm working on the other one, then I can keep them rotated. I did 10 rabbits in about an hour, give or take. Now my setup over here, as you see, I use 2 knives just so I can have one soaking and one that's clean, and I can hit them on the sharpening steel. Now, right here, these here are disposable knives. You see they've got the blade that comes out, goes back. This knife here runs anywhere from 50 cents to $1. Okay, and I'll show you a close-up here. These are razor knives, and when they get dull, you snap them off. You've probably all seen them. When you snap them off, they look like that. Just little blades. Now be very careful because they could still be sharp. I also use disposable gloves, Ziploc bags. Make sure when you're using Ziploc bags, you mark the bags before you put the meat in there, whatever it is you're harvesting. Mark the bags before you do it. Makes life a lot easier. Okay, now one thing to keep in mind is that dealing with rabbits or anything else, I guess, whatever you may be harvesting, there's a chance you're going to get scratched. You may cut yourself, you may get scratched by the claws, whatever the case may be. Make sure you just don't grab 2 gloves and go out and start doing your thing. Bring the box with you. It'll save you a lot of time in the long run. Now I put them in packages, and they've already been taken up and put in the refrigerator. Now I want to talk a little bit about baby girl here. I want to talk to y'all a little bit about that. Now there are some people who would say, wow, I can't believe she was anywhere near harvesting those animals. Let me tell y'all something. I've been parenting for a long time. I've been homesteading even longer. We have too many people now who have decided, yeah, put that back on. They got a glare off that globe, don't we? We've got too many people now who want to shelter our kids. They don't know what really makes it. But let me tell you something about this one. This one here, when we got ready to start, I said, hey Ellie, let's pray. Because she wanted to be there. She knew what was going to happen. She knew what was going on. We've taught her that. We've taught her that meat doesn't come from the supermarket. That's where you pick it up. Meat actually comes from a living creature, and it needs to be cherished, not wasted. I said, hey Ellie, let's pray. And she prayed. She wanted to pray, and she gave thanks to God for the animals that we were about to harvest. She understood. We need to make sure they understand, okay? We need to make sure that they understand that a living creature was sacrificed so that you could eat. It doesn't just happen in the store. And those of you who are upset or whatever because my 4-year-old was out here when we were doing that, hey, that's okay, you be upset. But I'm going to tell you, she understands. She understands, and if she didn't, I wouldn't have had her out here, okay? She's out playing right now. She has a pet bunny. She knows that pet bunny's not going to be butchered. That's her pet, okay? So instead of us spending time judging one another on how we raise our children, and instead of us telling other people how they need to raise their kids, or how they need to do this, or how they need to do that, maybe we ought to spend a little more time looking in the mirror, making sure we're doing the best job we can do, instead of telling somebody else how they can fix what we don't know anything about. You know, we have a culture going on now called the cancel culture. And that just blows my mind, okay? And those of you who don't know what a cancel culture is, let me sum it up for you. If you exercise your right to disagree with somebody, or to disagree with the movement or a movement, they will make sure that you lose your job. They will harass your family. They will take you off social media. They will prevent you from getting another job by using social media. Put your name out there, and so on and so on. They call that something. They call that socialism, okay? So this cancel culture that says that you have to agree with everybody and everything goes totally against the freedoms of this country. So my daughter, I choose to teach her, and all my kids before. I have 5 grown kids. All of them were taught early on where meat comes from, where food comes from, the sweat that goes into it, the work that goes into them. Every one of them are no stranger to that. They know the work that goes in to putting food on the plate of America and of the world. So hey, how about instead of us pointing and telling everybody else how to take care of their business, maybe us as a nation, we need to take care of our own. Make sure your spirit's right. Make sure you're right with God. Make sure you're right with your children. Hey, you know what? God bless each and every one of you. I hope y'all have a blessed day, an awesome day. Hey, go hug somebody, make it a great day for somebody else. Bye-bye.